start with a prayer, and then we'll talk about other things. Oops. Okay. Okay, let us pray, students. Lord of light and wisdom, grant us bright intellect, a sound judgment, and a retentive memory. Help us to study patiently, orderly, and diligently, to develop our gifts and make good use of them according to your will. As we commit ourselves to veritas et fortitudo, pro Deo et patria. Amen. If only we can say it in English. Strength and truth and strength or fortitude for God and my country. Okay. Okay, students, today I have an exercise which I want to be only 1 minute. Whoever will be here will do it. But before I say that, I really want to apologize because your grades are not encoded already. I think, I don't know if it's my college or ITD. They did not load it on my account, so it's not there. I have encoded all the other classes, all of them finished already, but your class not yet. So that is why up to now you have not seen your grades. But I am hoping by the end of this, no, before this day ends, and I'm hoping after your class, I will look there and see it's there. So I'm going to encode already. You will know it because when you go to check in prelim grade, you'll see that your section is included. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. Now, we are going to begin new topics for our midterm period. But before we do that, I want us to look back. So I'm going to ask you students, you know our chat, we have a chat. Just want you to write what you have learned. Choose only one topic and then write just one sentence. I'll give you an example. For instance, if I chose math in mathematical language and symbols, I'm going to write something like this. I have learned that when you are making a subtraction operation, the number which is being subtracted from is known as the minuend, and the one which is being subtracted is known as the subtrahend. Finish. Excuse me, students, a moment. Hello, students. I'm very sorry. There was an emergency here, so that is why I went out. I'm very sorry. Are you writing? Hello? Students, are you writing?
Where, ma'am?
You are writing? Did you hear what I asked you to do? Hello? Joanna was here. Joanna, are you writing?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay, I asked you, remember? Okay, wait. So let me go back there. Okay, I said we are doing a look back for our prelim period, and these were some of the topics we had during the prelim period. So I want you to choose one topic here. We have our chat, you know, in the chat box. I want you to just write a short phrase about what you learned, any one of this topic. And I gave you an example that for me, if I chose, let me say, I'm choosing the topic, mathematics, mathematical language and symbols, I would write like this. I would say, I learned that when you are doing a subtraction operation, the number which is being subtracted from is called the minuend, and the number which is being subtracted is called the subtrahend. So that is one phrase. So you can type it in the chat, box, in our chat box here. Did you understand? Can you answer me? Okay, put up your hands if you understood. Everybody raise your hands if you understood what I'm asking. This is only a 1 minute activity. So don't write paragraphs, only phrase, not so long. So choose anything you want and then you write, okay? Choose, can you see my slide? You can see the slide, right? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please choose one topic here and write a short sentence what you've run. It could be about measure of central tendency. It could be data organization. Just write a short one. Like I said, for me, subtraction, minuend, and subtrahend. I know the minuend is the one being subtracted from, and the subtrahend is the one which is being subtracted. Okay, so we have 1 minute, and then I'm going to read. Okay, have you chosen? I'm going to remove the slide because I want to see your thing. So there is math language and symbols, data management. Here we have then data organization and measure of central tendency. Okay, I want to start seeing what you've written. Let's see. Oh, where is our? I love it. Okay, John Michael Trier. I have learned that the concept of percent. Wow, John, that was really so nice. Very nice. Gail, I learned that in the kinds of sets, there are 4 different kinds. M set, empty, null, finite. Oh, okay. You could tell us what is a null set. I've learned that Fibonacci sequence is a quality of nature. Fibonacci is not included, Mr. Rex Pastorero. We are not including that. We started with language and symbols. So can you write another one, please? Fibonacci is not included. Wow, I was so happy with John Trier. It's so nice, that one. Oh, okay, please write quickly. Andrew, you write another one. Miss Marigold, Miss Manali God, have you written yours? I don't see anything, only 3 people. Please write, type.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Where can we find the chat, ma'am? I seem to forget.
Okay. When we look at our environment, yeah, me also sometimes I'm like, oh my God, where is that thing? Okay, do you see where there is a, it's like, what is it like? Do you see your icon for the hand?
Okay. I thought it's in the my LPU. I'm
And
sorry.
the hand, no, here. Then there is
Okay.
a conversation.
Okay,
You
ma'am.
just put your mouse there, it will say conversation. Click on that and type.
Okay, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. I thought it's in my LPU.
No,
Sorry.
no, no.
Thank you, ma'am.
Here.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Miss Laika, are you typing something? I want everybody to type quickly. We have a lot to do. Miss Ballesteros, hello? Are you typing something in our conversation? Please type.
Yes po, yes po, yes po.
Okay, thank you. Remember, we are not
Mahina lang po
writing
internet.
paragraphs, not paragraphs. Miss Christine, you know, Miss Michael, are you here? Michael Trier, I was so happy with you. It's short and straight, very nice, I like. Fibonacci not included, I have learned how to calculate the central tendency. That is too general. Can you just say what one of the central tendency means? Or, of course, but that's not, it's too general. This is Miss Mamitag. Not so happy with that. Oh my God, look at the concept of percent. Okay, I learned that when you organize your data, it will help you to understand, analyze, but organize it how? Somebody, your grandmother will say, okay, I'm going to put in the cabinet. You should talk about organize how. You didn't tell us much. Tell us much about that. Okay, I'm waiting. So we have those who finish. You may not repeat if you don't want to. So far, Micah is the winner. Talaga. I have learned Fibonacci not included. Learned that when you organize, I learned that when that stem and leaf method frequency are the frequency which Kyle, what is that? Stem and leaf methods are the frequency which certain I don't understand that. Okay. Kevin, I don't understand that one. Okay, but at least you've written. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Can you all raise your hands, please? Everybody, raise your hands. Please put your hands up, everybody who is in the class, so that I know.
Ma'am, I'm typing po.
No, you click on the raise hand, not raising your hand physically. Click on the raise hand and then you can do what you are doing, so that I can see how many, because I see only how many do I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've learned that there is a 2 way to describe sets wherein the rooster. Okay, the 2 ways of describing a set, rooster and the rule method. Whee! Nice one. Okay, but a rooster, how is that? You could have said the rooster method of presenting there is you outline everything. You outline everything. Oh, very good, very good. Okay, I'm waiting for some more because you are 15 and I have only one. I want 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where are the 7 people? 7 people. Those who just came in, please choose a topic from, I'm going to put it back again so that those who just arrived, choose a topic from here, any topic, and write a short sentence of what you have learned, maybe from measure of central tendency, then from maybe language and symbols or data management. Choose one and write short. We are not writing paragraphs here, students. Okay, I think you've seen it. I need to check my students, how they are doing. I have learned the scale of measurement. Nominal, yes, you've learned, that one. You've learned the 4 scales of measurement, but could you have described one of them? That would have been nice, but it's okay. Learn that weighted mean is calculated. Wow, Miss Manali God, I like that. I have learned that weighted mean is calculated when certain values are more important than others. I like that, very nice. So, Mr. Triers, Miss Manali God, you have 5 points bonus. Remind me, I'll put it somewhere on your quiz. Each one 5 points. I have learned that operation. In mathematics, there are, yeah, but you could have, Joanna, you could have told us what is subtraction, what is addition. Yeah, but it's nice, you know, basic operations in thing. It's nice what you gave, but it would have been nice if you describing to your grandmother. Subtraction is when you you have this being subtracted from, and what you get, the result will be called the difference. Okay, so let's end it there. If you still want to write, you can write and put it there. Now I'm going to start our class. I'm going to, so we are going to use our Blackboard so that, okay. So students, we are starting our new topic, and first I would like to give a very nice, okay, so this is a quote. Every Sunday I listen to this Joel Austin. I really love that man. He's a very godly man, and anyway, we don't want to talk about so much of that, but I got this quote from him. He says that sometimes God will close a door to push us in another direction because he knows that we don't know. We cannot do it ourselves. So sometimes, let me say you want something so much, even about your grade, you want to get 100% this time, but you did not get it. Why? Because God is trying to show you, you need to study harder. Maybe during the prelim period, you were relaxed, and when you saw that your quizzes have very high grades, you relaxed them more, not knowing that the teacher was being very considerate. Even you get something wrong, I still give it a passing grade. So you relaxed too much. So you ended up losing a lot of points in the exam. So let that be a learning lesson for us. We are going to do well in midterms. So what is our midterms? So these are the topics we are going to be discussing for our midterms. Data analysis is what we are going to do today. Then next week, we are going to do quantiles and measure of variation. Then the last week, we'll do counting techniques and basic probability concepts. Now, students, every week, I'm going to be giving you two activities. That is a sit work and a quiz. So like today, we are going to have one, a sit work and a quiz. When are you going to, should it be the last day of submission? Will be next week on the 21st. So it will be every Wednesday. You make sure that your activities are already submitted. I am not going to be very kind this time. I'm going to try to make sure that everybody, you are doing your work and you are submitting it on time. Okay, and the checking is going also to be very strict. So let's study it very well. Okay, so today is data analysis. What is data analysis about? You remember, students, by the way, if you cannot hear me, please you call, mom, we cannot hear, because it's very important that we understand today. Okay, data analysis. We did already data organization. We put our data into frequency distribution tables. Now we give it to our boss, and the boss will look at it, will know how many students failed, how many students passed, how many students are below this weight. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to analyze the data in our frequency distribution tables. And we are going to do it in two ways. First, ungroup data, and then second, it will be in group data. And then we are going to also be introduced to other parameters of statistics, the cumulative frequency and relative frequency. And then we are going to be able to get our measures of central tendency, the mean, the median, and the mode. We'll be able to derive it, to get it from the table without like the mean. You're not going to be adding your data 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 divided. No, you're going to use your frequency distribution table to be able to come up with these measures of central tendency. So let's see what we are being introduced to now. Okay, so now we are going to start with ungroup data. So I want you to think, students, that you were given this data. Can you all see? I need hands. Can you talk, please? You just unmute your microphone and say, yes, ma'am. Can you see my green slide, which has
Yes, ma'am.
practice example 1M? Yes, everybody,
Yes,
yes?
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is very good. Okay, instead of being given our data in an array, this time for this period, most of the data, I'm going to give it to you already in the frequency distribution table. Okay, so now this data, as you look at it, if it were given to us in an array, it will be how many fours will I have if this data was given in an array? Like, you know, it's given like this. If you remember what an array is, you know, it is given like 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's given here like this, how many fours will I have? Anyone? Joanne, how many fours will I have? How
3,
many?
ma'am.
4. Very good, very good. How many 6? Anybody? How many 6s will I have written here? So
4
we know
po.
already. 4. Very good, very good. How many 10s? How many 10s? 2. I will have 2 10s. That is the frequency, the occurrences of the scores of my students. Now, when you're given a table like this, students, please make sure you know what's the topic. What is this research about? In this case, what's the topic about? Anyone? What is the topic here? What is this about? Can I hear anyone wants to answer this?
Scores of my students in math.
Wow, very good. Scores of my students in math. So we know these are scores. It's not just numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. These are scores of my students. Okay, so always make sure the first thing you do, what is this data about? Oh, the heading says scores of my students, me, Elizabeth, scores of my students. So these are scores. So after knowing that these are scores, remember we are doing data analysis. So you need to analyze what's this. X stands for the scores. What does F stand for? Anyone? We are analyzing what does F stand for?
Frequency.
It's frequency, yes, but we are analyzing. Remember, what's the topic again? What is this about? These are what? What's this? These are scores. Very good. These are scores. So this is frequency. We know that is the statistical. It's the statistical term. So we know it's frequency. I know this is frequency times X. I know this is cumulative frequency. I know this is relative frequency. But let's go back to the subject because we are doing data. We are analyzing the data. We are analyzing the frequency table, data analysis, giving it to your boss to analyze. Your boss is not going to say frequency. What is this? What does F stand for?
It is a student's
Number of students po.
Very good. It stands for the number of students in my class. Now, when you look at 6 in the score number 7, what does 6 stand for?
There are 6 students who got 7
Very
score.
good. You are the best. Very good. 6 stands for the number of students who got a score of 7. So if I were going to be tedious writing it here, I'll write Elizabeth 7, Joy 7, Rose 7, Mr. Lopez 7. See? So instead of doing that, I make it easier. Our frequency distribution table makes it easier to write big data into compressed form by using the frequency mode. So here the frequency, how did I analyze? The frequency stands for the number of students. Okay, now I'm going to ask you, there is another parameter here, which is summation of X. What does the summation of X stand for? I am not asking for the answer here. I'm asking, for the number. What does the summation of F stand for? Anyone?
Number of students po in math class, like
Very
that po.
good. Very good. The total, you need to put it there because if you say number only, I need you because here I say the number of students who got 4, number of students who got 6, number of students who got 9. But when it comes to summation of X, I need to hear it. The total number of students, but because you arranged it so nice, so it's correct. You said number of students in the math class. So that's good. But remember also the total number of students in this class. The total summation of F is the total. So can somebody give me the answer? What is the total here? Please compute.
25.
25, ma'am.
35? Is it 35?
20 po. 25.
25? Everybody is 25? Everybody, you got 25? I will not compute for you. I want you to do it because this is your quiz and sit work. So it's 25 students. Okay, let's do it. 3 plus 2 is 5.
25.
5 plus 4 is
25,
9.
ma'am.
25? 25?
Yes po.
Okay, thank you, students. So you can understand now. Let's do data analysis. What does the summation of X stand for? If you gave me an answer like, see, it stands for 25, you are wrong. This is 5 points, you're going to get 2 points, failing grade. 2 out of 5 is failing. So what was the question? What does the summation of F stand for? It stands for the total number of students in the math class. That's the correct answer. The correct answer, the answer is not 25. I didn't ask you what is the summation of Fx. I didn't say that. I said, what does the summation of F stand for? Analysis. It stands for the number of students in the class. Okay, so do we understand about the F parameter, everybody? Are we good? Are we good, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's move
Yes,
on.
ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So remember, we are doing ungroup data. So we move on, we go to the Fx parameter. Now, the Fx parameter, can anybody tell me what does the Fx parameter stand for? Let's do it first. Of course, we know that this is multiplication. It means that multiply F by X. So what will be our answer here? It's going to be 4 times 3 is 12. Am I correct?
Yes,
5
ma'am.
times 2
Yes.
is 10. Am I correct? Okay.
Yes po.
6 times 4 is 24. I'm correct. Okay. So, and so on and so forth. Now, if I'm going to ask you, what does the Fx parameter stand for? What would you say? What does the Fx parameter stand for?
I think po it's the total scores of all the students in the math class.
So you are correct here. If I asked, what does the summation of Fx stand for? That's the answer to the question. The answer to the question, what does the summation of Fx stand for? Your classmate says it stands for the total the sum of all the scores of the students in that class. It stands for the sum or the summation or the total amount of scores, the summation, the sum of the scores in the class. That is what. But if we are dealing with only Fx, it stands for the sum of the scores in that particular category. Okay, so I'm not going to ask you a question like that because it will be difficult to say it stands for the sum of the in that category. I ask you a question like, what does the summation of Fx stand for? But I could ask you a question, what does the statistic 12 stand for? And what are you going to say? It stands for the total, the sum of the scores of those students who got 4. Repeat. What does the statistic 12 stand for? It stands for the sum of those scores of the students who got 4. The sum of those scores of the students who got 4. So how many, even if, okay, you could say of the 3 students, but even here we have 3 and here we have 3. So which 3 students are you talking about? So it's the sum of the scores of those students who got a score of 4. As you can see, The students who got a score of 4 are 3. Therefore, the sum of their scores is 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is the same as 4 times 3. And then I would ask you, what does the statistic 24 stand for? It stands for the sum of the scores of those students who got 6. I don't even need to repeat, but will you be wrong if you say it stands for the sum of the scores of the 4 students who got 6? Are you wrong? No, you're very correct. You're very correct. But even saying that it stands for the scores of those students, if you want to put of the 4 students who got a score of 6. So this is the same as saying 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. Are those 4? I don't know. 6 is equal to 24. So you see that this FX statistic is also very important because you're going to reach here and get the summation. So this one, you'll fill it up yourselves. We reach here and then you practice so that for your seat work. And then we get the summation here. So let's say we got a summation here. I will not do it. So we have a summation. Let's say we have a number here. Let's say fx equals total, the total, okay? It's equal to t. Now, and I will ask you, what does the statistic t, there is a number here, maybe 200 something, stand for? So you are going to say it stands for the total sum, or it stands for the sum of all the scores of the students in this math class. Somebody else will say it stands for the sum of the 25 students. The sum of the scores of the 25 students. Don't forget the word the scores, because that's the sum. The sum of the scores of the 25 students, or you could say of the students in the math class. Okay, so we are doing data analysis. We move on. We go to another parameter I introduced, which is called the cumulative frequency. Now, students, I found out some of you last prelim, when I gave you that table, we have not done this. I know you know them, okay, you're showing me you know it already, but I did not ask that. I only asked you to make this column, and that's it. Then others put this, they put this, then they put I don't know what. And in fact, some of the things were even, I did not check it. The moment I see cumulative, I'm like, what? What's this? I didn't ask that. I did not ask. So please be very careful, because now if you put anything I did not ask, deduction, points will run away. They will run away from you because you are confusing my checking. You're confusing. Okay, let's go and introduce ourselves to the cumulative frequency column. Okay, what is cumulative frequency? Cumulative frequency is going to tell us how many occurrences at a particular point from the beginning. Again, I repeat. Frequency is going to tell us the accumulation at a particular, you call it accumulation or occurrences at a particular point from the beginning. How is it different from frequency? Frequency is only telling you occurrences at that point only. It will tell you occurrences at the point. 3 students who got 4, 2 students who got 5, 4 students who got 6. So it's only telling you at 6 points, at 7 points, at 8 points. Whereas cumulative frequency will tell you at the beginning, it will tell you at the beginning, from the beginning, at the beginning, there. Then when we'll go to the next one, it will tell you how many students from the fourth score to the 5, how many do we have? Meaning those students who got 5 and below. When I'm at 6, it will be those students who got 6 and below. So I don't need to enumerate and say those students who got 6 and 5 and 4. That is a wrong analysis. You just say those students who got 6 and below, 7 and below at this point, 8 and below, 9 and below, 10 and below, 11 and below. So let's do it. Now, How many students do we have at this point who got a score of 4? How many students? Can you tell me? How many students accumulated at this point? How many? Hello? How many students are accumulated at this point? Anyone?
3.
Yes, sir. Can you repeat that, sir?
3.
Loud and clear. 3. Because only 3 from the beginning until to 4, we have only students. Nobody got less than 4. The smallest score was 4. Therefore, from the beginning to the score number 4, only 3 students. Only 3 students. Then we go to score number 5. The next score was 5. How many students do we have at this point? From students who got a score of 5 and below. How many are they?
5.
5. And how, very good, ma'am. How did we do that? You just add the frequency at 5, add it to the frequency at 4, or the cumulative frequency at 3, and we are getting 5. That is accumulating. So when I ask, what does the statistic 5 in the cumulative frequency column stand for? You know already the topic. These are scores of my students. Therefore, this number 5 represents the number of students who got a score of 5 and below. Don't go a score of 5 and 4. Even if it's correct, but that is an intellectual analysis. Analyze it intellectually. It means those who got a score of 5 and below. Okay, let's go on. What about at this point? How many students do we have? At this point, at the 6, the score is 6. How many students do we have here in the cumulative frequency? Anyone?
9 po.
9 po.
9. Very good. 9. Why? Because at 6, we have 4 students. Therefore, it means we add the 4 students to the 5 to get 9 students who got a score of 6 and below. 9 students who got a score of 6 and below. So if I asked, what is the statistic now 9 in the cumulative frequency column represents? It represents the number of students who got a score of 9 and below. So, and so on and so on. So this will be 9 plus 6 will be 15. 15 plus 3 here will be 18. Now, question, this one, it's a challenger. When I'll reach 11, what number is going to be here? Without computing, give me what will be
25
here.
po.
Very good. You are the best. 25. Because this should be the number of students in the class. If you reach here and your answer is not the number of, it's not equal to summation of fx, something is wrong here. Something is very, very wrong. So the last number is always the number of students in the class, because of course the students who got a score of 11 and below, you know, all of them from 11 to 10, 9, you know, so that is what it stands for. So please understand the cumulative frequency parameter is a very, very useful parameter. Your boss will ask you when you have the frequency, Elizabeth, students got 5 and below. I just look here, 5 and below, where is the cumulative? Sir, 5 students. So I don't need to compute because the cumulative frequency to analyze the data very quickly because I've already made it, except if you made a mistake. So don't, the moment you make a mistake here, all is wrong. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to the last one we have here, which is relative frequency. Now, what is relative frequency? Relative frequency is always given in percentage. Please hear that again, students. Relative frequency is always presented in percentage. Please don't use decimal. It's not wrong, but the correct thing in statistics, relative frequency should be represented in percentage. with a percentage symbol. If you don't want to put like this, 100%, then put the percentage symbol here so that we know that the numbers you are writing are in percentage. Okay, so how do we get the relative frequency? The relative frequency at this point represents the percentage of the students relative to the total, percentage of the students who got a score of 4. The relative frequency here will represent the percentage of students who got a score of 5, percentage relative to the total number of students. Okay, so let's do it. How many students do we have at this point? 3 students. Some of my students made a mistake. They used the X. Oh my God. Oh, it became 0, 0. So how many students do we have here? So this is representing people, representing scores. Fx is representing scores, cumulative frequency, people, students, relative frequency, people. In percentage, in numbers, this is scores. Okay, so we have 3 students. Therefore, we'll go, let's do it here. 3 students out of how many students? 25. We are getting percentage, therefore, times 100. So I chose this 25. It's easy to use your head. This will be 4. 4 times 3 is equal to 12. Therefore, 12%. Now, I said, if you don't want to put the percent here, then make sure you put it here. RF in percentage. Okay, but if you want, write percent. Okay, now let's do this one. What about at 8? A score of 8. There are also 3. I just want to show you not to be confused. So you need to stress it. The 12 in this column represents the percentage of students who got 4, because I have another 12%. I have another 12%. So we need never to be confused. We need to stress this is those who got 8, and there is another who got 9. So we need to be very careful. If I'm asking, what does the 12% in the row of the 4 score represent? I need to stress that. In the row of 8, in the row of 9, I need to stress it because we have the same percentage. Not like here when things are different, but here it's going to be the same percentage. Okay, so if let's do like if we have the 2, we do the 4, the 6, this one. So we have 4 students who got a 6 divided by 25 times 100. What will it give us? This is 5. Elizabeth. 4 will give us 16. Okay, so I am here. 4 students who got a 6, and that gives me 16%. Now, my question is, students, when I reach at the end, the total sum of these percentages must be 100%. If it's not 100%, it's wrong. But give me an instance when it will not be 100. It's because of rounding off. Some of you might get an answer like this. When you add, it will be like this. 99.9%. Is this wrong? No, it's correct. What killed you? Because you're rounding off too much. Those numbers which have decimal. That is why, students, I am telling you, all of you, when you round off to the nearest hundreds, when you write, so for instance, it will be 10.43, not 0.4, 0.43. Always round off to the nearest hundreds. So that will be a little bit accurate. Okay? So please remember that. Okay, students, can I move on? I'm going to grouped data. Can I move on?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, students. So let's go to group data. Group data. where is my eraser? Where is this? So this is up to you to do by yourself. Practice. Ow. My God. Okay. So this one, though we talked about it last meeting and it was in your exam, I was happy those who got it, some who got it. What is the most significant disadvantage of grouping data? Individual scores lose their identity. So you can imagine I had a 59, a 57, a 58, and then I'm going to make 57 to 60. So all of them will be inside. I don't know which one is what. But it is still a good thing to do because it helps us. Somebody wrote like this, said, because it is very tedious to compute. And I'm like, no, it's not. That's not the thing. The best answer is individual scores lose their identity. That's all. It is a very good way of organizing data and simple way of analyzing. Okay, so let's we are going to look at an example. Okay, so now students, I just give you the table like this because we and grouping, and then we are doing the K and everything, find the number of classes, find the, so we are no longer going to do that anymore because we are analyzing data. So we are assuming, what does this mean? What does this mean? I chose my scores and then I did already my grouping. So the question I'm going to ask you, number one here, what is the class size? I want somebody to answer me. What is the class size? Give me the answer. Anyone? What is the class size? By the way, this is, I didn't write here, weight of my students, weight in kilograms, weight. So we know what the topic is. Remember, I told you the first thing is to know what is the data about. This is weight in kilograms of my students, of students. Okay, I'm asking students, what is the class size? Anyone wants to answer that? What is the class size? That is another thing I wish somebody wrote. I learned that to compute for the class size, like this, like this, like this. What is the class size? Anyone?
9.
Wow, you are the best. What's your name, sir?
Mamitag po.
Mr. Mamitag, you have 5 points bonus. Please remind me, I'm going to add it to your seat work or your quiz. Remind me, I need to put it in my record, okay? I have 2 other people who have 5 points, so I need to add that. So, sir, can you tell us how you found 9? How did you find 9?
I just count the number 34 to 42.
42?
34 to 42.
30? No, wrong.
No?
Wrong, sir, wrong. Okay, is there anyone else who can tell us how to get the class
Ma'am?
size? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you always
Is the
answering.
midpoint po or the center?
No, 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 no. Class size. We are talking about class size. No. No, no, no. That is another thing. People were giving me midpoint during the quizzes. I did not ask for it. I was like, my God, students. Okay, Mr. Mamitag, can we go back there? You got the correct answer, but you are wrong. So you just guessed it?
No, I
Yeah,
just
because
count
that's
the
wrong.
34 to 42.
But the
Ma'am?
answer is, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Who is this?
Joanna.
Joanna, yes? How did you do it,
To
ma'am?
find the class size, range over number of classes.
Yes, yes, yes. But we don't know the range because we don't have the scores disappeared. Remember, we grouped it already. I don't know what were the scores, so I cannot find the range. But I can determine the class size. Okay, students, I'm going to tell you what is the definition of the class size. I wish one of you wrote that one. I learned that The class size is the difference between two consecutive class limits. Again, the class size is the difference between two class limits, consecutive class limits. What are the class limits? We have 34, we have 42, we have 43, we have 51. Which one are the consecutive class limits? 34 and 43, 42 and 51. Therefore, the class size is equal to 43 minus 34 or 51 minus 42, which is going to give us 9. Now, do you get it? Hello? Did you get?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Do you
Yes, ma'am.
understand? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mamitab, I am I want to take away my units, my bonus points, but you got it already. It's okay. Okay, so everybody understood that, because that is a question that could come up. What is the class size? I'm not going to ask you for range. Why? Remember what we just discussed, students? What we just discussed, the identity of individual scores disappears. How will I know the range? I can't know the range because I don't know what was the smallest, what's the highest. The thing is, we know that this could be the smallest, but I don't know if this is the highest, because when we make classes, sometimes this is not the highest, will be maybe 95. Okay, so it's not easy to find what's the highest. I mean, what's the highest? We could know that this is the lowest, 34, but do you know the highest? We don't know, because the scores disappeared. Okay, now we know our class are there. Now we know how to tell what is the class size. It doesn't matter, but you need to know so that you know this is arranged well. So it's 9 plus 34, 43, plus 9, 52, plus 9, 70, plus 9, 79, plus 9, 88. Same here, 9, 51, 60, 69, 78, 87, 96. We are correct. Okay, this is the given data. Now, next thing, we go to the parameter frequency given. I'll give it to you. Why? Because you don't know the data. We don't know what were the numbers, so you should be given the frequency. Otherwise, you cannot do anything, because this is group data and the identity of the individual scores disappeared. So I don't know what is in this group, what is in that group. But what do I know? There is something which I know by looking at this table, but I don't know what are the scores there, but I know something. Can I hear it? Now, what does the frequency parameter represent? Let me ask you that. What does the frequency parameter, I didn't say the summation, I'm saying, what does the frequency parameter in this case, talking about the weight of my students, what does the frequency parameter represent? Anyone? I'll be so happy. Ooh. Anyone? Okay, I'm going to tell you. Can I tell you, students? Okay, the frequency parameter represents the number of students in each category, in each class. The number of students whose weight is in that, whose weight, not them, whose weight is in each class. F represents the number of students whose weight is in each class. And the summation of F represents, of course, what? The number of students in my class. The summation of F will represent the number of students in my class. Whereas the F, each F here represents the number of students in each, whose weight is in each category. Now let's analyze 4. If I asked you, what does the parameter 4 stand for? The parameter 4 stands for the number of students whose weight is from 34 to 42. You see, when I said what does F stand for? F stands for the number of students whose weight is in each, within each class. Now I'm being specific. I am asking, what does the parameter 4 in this row, because we have another 4 here. So I need to specify, what does the parameter 4 in the class 34 to 42 stand for? It stands for the number of students whose weight, remember, it's not the students themselves, it's whose weight is from 34 to 42. And what does the parameter 15 stand for? It stands for the number of students whose weight is from 70 to 78. Okay, and when we go to the summation of F, it is the number of students in my class. It has nothing to do with weight. It's just telling me how many students in my class. So the summation has nothing to do with weight. It's just telling me about the number of students in my class. Whereas the F as alone is telling me the number of students whose weight is in that category we are talking about. 4 here, the 6, those who are from 43 to 51, they are 6 students. Okay. Number of students whose weight is from 43 to 51 is 6. Okay. Now, because our data disappeared, we need to get a particular data which is going to be representing the data in each category. So when you group data, you need to find the midpoint to represent the data in each category. So for instance, that is why we need what we call the midpoint or the class mark. Very important to represent the disappeared data because we don't know. 34 to 42, is there 35? Is there 36, 37, 38? I don't know. Therefore, I'm going to get the mean. In other words, you are getting the mean value because remember the mean is the most accurate measurement. So how do you get this mid score? You're going to add the lower boundary plus the upper boundary divided by 2. So let's get it now. So first we got, of course, this was good. We know the class side. Now let's get the midpoint or the class mark. Class mark. Okay, how do you get it? Get the lower boundary, lower value, lower boundary plus upper. There are many ways we could do this, but this is one of them. Then divided by 2. So what do we have? We have 34 plus 42 divided by 2. So this is that 76 students divided by 2? 76 divided by 2 will give us 38. So therefore, our midpoint is 38. Now I'm going to ask you, what does the statistic 38 represents? 38 represents the weight, the average weight of the students who are of the 4 students, or you could say 38 represents the average weight of the students from 34 to 42, not between, sorry. 38 represents the average weight of the students from 34 to 42 kilograms. We get another one. What about 43 plus 51? That will give me 94 divided by 2. It will give me 47. Am I correct? What does the class mark or midpoint 47 represent? It represents the average weight of the students who have weight from 43 to 51. How many are they? 6 students. So we are getting representatives of the weight. So that is why we say, you remember what we said, that the individual score will disappear. It will lose its identity. What if there are 4 students here, Rose, James, Joy, and Peter? The other one is 32, 35, another one is 37, another one is 40. But now we're just representing them with 38. Their individual weight disappeared. We are just getting their average because this is grouped data. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. This one you do it yourself. Now, when I go down here, I'm going to get, when I go down here, Do I need to get anything here? No, it's useless because this is only representing like one student. One. There are 4 students. So we need to come up with another parameter, which is the fx, so that we'll have the total weight of all the students represented in each category. So it's useless for you to get any summation here. It does not mean anything. So the beta summation is going to come here. So let's do it. What is the fx? What does it stand for? It stands for the total, the sum of the weights of those students who are in this category, in any category. So our fx here will be 38 times 4. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 3 will be 115. So 152. Am I correct? 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 158. Okay, then I ask you, what does the parameter 152 represent? It represents the sum of the weight of those students, or you say sum of the 4 students whose weight is from 34 to 42. So if, excuse me, students. Excuse me. So if it were not group data, you'll be adding the 35 plus 32 plus 40 plus, my goodness, it will be such a tedious job. Let's go to the next one. Let's get this one. The total weight of the students who are between from 43 to 51 is 6 times 47. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 4 is 24 plus 4 is 28. Am I correct, students? I think I'm correct. If I'm not correct, you tell me, you compute it with your calculators. Okay, now I'll ask you, what does the parameter 282 stand for? It stands for the sum of the weights of those 6 students who are from 43 to 51. They are all represented by 47 because the identity of their weight disappeared in the grouping. Okay, then you'll see you're going to be try to be very accurate, because when you make a mistake here or you made a mistake here, everything is going to be wrong. Everything will be wrong. So we need accuracy. This is one thing we test during data analysis. Okay, so you're going to get the midpoint until here. Then you're going to sum up your fx. Now, let's say we summed up, we got total. What does the summation of fx in this group data stand for? It stands for the total weight of the students in this class. And how many are they? I didn't, summation of x. You compute that and you see how many students we have, total students. I'll call it ST. ST, and then I'll call this TW, T weights. So this is the total weight of the students in this class. That is what fx stands for. Now, before we go any further, what if you are asked, I didn't show it to you there. You are asked to find the mean of this group data. Find the mean weight. What are you going to do? You have your parameters. The mean weight is going to be summation of fx divided by summation of f. That will be your mean. Easily to find the mean weight, the weight of your students. In the other one, our students, I forgot that is very important. What would have been, this is not grouped and they here, so it will also be the summation, same formula to find the mean. It will be summation of fx divided by summation of y to find the mean. They ask you to find the mean. What if many things we did not do? I want to rewind a bit. Let's see. We still have time. Next meeting will be doing you will be still doing your sit work, so no problem. Student, I need to go back because something very important I forgot. Okay. So when we are here, if you're asked to find the mean score, remember there it's the mean weight, mean score, always go back to the topic, data analysis. Don't say, because F divided by this. You need to tell me what's that. It's a score, it's student. We need to know that. So if they ask you, find the mean score, what will you do? Summation of Fx, the mean score will be, oops, I forgot to get the pen. The mean score will be, so let's call it mean score. I write it this side. The mean score, that is mean score. The mean score will be equal to everything you summed up, summation of Fx divided by summation of F. And then what if they ask you to find the mode? Find the mode. What is the mode? The most frequently appearing, the most occurrence. What will be the mode? Anybody wants to answer this? Hello, students. What will be the mode? What is the score which appears most frequently? And how did you find out? Anyone? What is the mode? Anyone?
7.
Very good, ma'am. Very good. I was thinking you're going to say 6, 7. Why, ma'am? Why? Why is it the mode? 7 is the mode score because
they appear the most frequent, the 7.
How many times?
6 times.
Yeah, so your answer should have been because it appears 6 times and the others are less than 6. Very good, ma'am. Ma'am, may I know your name, please?
Joanna.
Joanna, because you know the voice. Joanna, you have 5 points there. You have your 5 points.
Thank
so
you,
you remind me. Okay, so because 7 appears 6 times. Look at the others. This appears 3, this 2, 6 is the highest. Therefore, 7 is the mean score. Most students would make a mistake. They will say 6. Oh no, that is the number of occurrences. Now, what if they ask you to find the median? What is the median again, students? The median is the middle score, right? How can I get the middle score? To get the middle score, you need to know how many students in the class first, because you need to know which one is in the middle. Excuse me, students, a moment. Chotto matte kudasai. Okay, students, excuse me for the interruptions. I'm really sorry. Okay, excuse me. Students, to get the median, getting the mode is very easy. How do we get the mode? Look in the number of occurrences. What is number of occurrences? Frequency. Remember, the F frequency in language and symbols, F is number of occurrences or how many times something is happening, frequency. Okay, so you look there and see which one has the highest frequency. If there are 2 of them, what if 6 is not here? What will be the mode? The mode will be 4 and 9. Why? Because they all 3. And 8 also. It will be 4, 8, 9. But 6 is the highest. Therefore, our MO is equal to 7. Not 6, 7. Now, what about the median? The median is the middle number. What is the middle score? It's the middle number. How can we tell which one is the middle score? First, we need to know how many how many students do we have? We have 25, right? So if we have 25, the number 25, what will be the middle number? Can somebody tell me? What will be the middle number if you have 25? What number is in the middle? Anyone? Because I have 25 students, I'm lining them up. We cannot do that because there are so many. So I'm lining 1, 2, 3. What number will be in the middle if you have 25 items? Not students.
13, ma'am.
Very good, sir. Who is this?
John Michael, ma'am. Tria.
Michael, you have 5 points also. Keep it. Please tell me so that I will put it on your thing. I will put it, the bonus point somewhere. 5 points. Very good. 13 is the middle number. Now, remember, that is not the median. It's just the 13th score is the median. How are we going to find the 13th score? Using the cumulative frequency. Okay, so let's see. When we are here, we have only 3 students. Am I correct? At the beginning, remember cumulative frequency, I explained it. So here we have 5 students. So you need to fill up the table before you'll answer the median score. The median score will come from cumulative frequency column to know where the middle score is. Okay, when I'm here at the 6th, how many students do I have? I have 9. When I go to the 7th score, I have 6 plus 9, 15. Bingo, bingo. I have 15 students, which means I'm already on the 15th number. So which means our median score is here. Because from 9, remember from the beginning to here is 15. From 9 to here we have 9. Then the 10 will be here. It will be 10th student, 11th student, 12th student, 13th student, 14th student. We want the 13th. Therefore, the 13th student got 7. Therefore, the median is 7. Data analysis. Okay, so to be able to get the median, you need to go to know your cumulative frequency and what it means. Okay, having said that, I'm going to go back to our group data. Same thing we are doing. Okay. So cumulative frequency, again, how do we do it? Just go in your row of, you just add a C here, go here, and then what are these again? These are students, students, these are weights. These are weights. Weights, weights, student, student, student. Okay, so cumulative, let's see. We have a 4. Oops, 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 sorry, no pen. I forgot the pen, okay. So we have 4 from the beginning until this place, 4. From the beginning until this place, 10. How did I get 10? 6 students, add them to the 4 from the beginning. Then 9 students, add them to the 10, 19. Then 9 again, add them to the 19, we get 28. Okay, and so on and so forth. Now, when you deal with your relative frequency, it's the same as in the group data. Just get how many students, divide them by total number of students. Don't divide by this, you see, I'm taking you there. Total number of students to get the relative frequency. Now, for me, it's about the mean. So, I mean the mode. So we know the mean. How will you get the mean? This way. How will you get the mode? So this mode is called, which one is the model group? Which one is the model group? Because we don't have 1-1 score, we have classes. We don't know. Which one is the model group? Which one will that be? Can somebody give me an answer?
70 to 78 po.
70 to 7. Very good. I didn't see that. Very good. Who is that? Who is this?
Mantilia po.
Miss Mantilia? Okay,
Yes,
you have
po.
5 points, ma'am. If you have before 5, you accumulate 5 points. Please keep it somewhere. I'm going to add it to your seat works and quizzes. Okay, so we have 7. Do you know why we chose the model group? So here we are not looking for the model score, but the model group. But if you wanted to get the model score, it's going to be the midpoint here. And what will that be? Let's compute it. The midpoint would be, but the question you should answer it as asked. I would ask, look for the model group, or I would say, look for the model score. If I say score, then you're going to give the midpoint mark, which will be 78 plus this will be 148, which will be 74, I think. No, let's see. I'm just going to add 78, 148 will be 74. 74. Am I correct, students? 70 plus divided by 2, 74?
Yes.
Okay. So if I ask for the just mod, you give me 74. But if I ask model class, you give me 70 to 78. You get? Okay, so when go relative frequency student, it's also the same. It's the same. 4 divided by this, we get our this. 6 divided by this, then we get that. I ask you what does the, let's say 4 divided, but I didn't get that. So if I have A here, percent, what does a percent stand for? It stands for the number of students whose weight falls, therefore, number of students whose weight is from 34 to 42. Data analysis. It's so interesting if you get to learn it. Okay? Okay. I rest my case. Students, you have 2 activities. One is a sit work, which will be about and group data, and the quiz is going to be about group data. When are we going to submit this? It should be submitted by the end of the next class. By the time you leave the class, next meeting, everybody's work is in. So you have how many days? Few days. That is my mandate now. No more being lazy, okay? Okay, so let's talk. I need to talk to you. May I ask students, please raise your hands if you heard me. Please raise your hands if you heard me. Wow, I like the things they wrote. Okay. Okay, raise your hands because I'm going to really, the one you wrote, I love it. I'm going to save it somewhere. Raise your hands. Oh, where are your classmates? No, people did not come to school today. Ah, okay. Joanna.
Ma'am, one of
Why
my
you-
classmates said that they are having connection problems.
Ah, they're having connection problems. Okay. Ah, so you teach them. Okay. You very few. I'm so shocked. 16. Oh my God. 16 only. Never happened in your class. Ooh la la. Okay, it's all right. They're having connection. I'm just worried about the lecture that because I'm not going to repeat. Students, you need to pack her up. Okay, so listen very well. This is what we are going to do. Every time, every Wednesday, we are going to have a lecture. And every Friday, we are going to be only doing our sit works, asking questions, sit work and quizzes. Now, I'm going to make it very clear that I am not against you discussing the quizzes or discussing the sit works with your classmates. I am not against that at all. What is it I am against? I am against Miss Joanne is going to do her sit work. He'll finish it. It's very nice. Then somebody will call, oh, Joanne, did you finish your sit work already? Can I have a copy? Oh, that's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. But since we are giving you the sit work at home, we give you the quizzes at home, please, you can discuss. You discuss cons and pros. No, I don't think it's like that. But we are not giving you the answers. I am discussing with you, then do it on your own. Don't get mine and photocopy. You know, when I'm wrong, I put a comma. Wrong, I put what's this? Open and close parentheses. It's wrong. That is what I don't like, because students, I'm saying it, I saw it in the exam, I saw it in your quizzes. Rampant. That is why really I am upset, but I want to put it in prelim. Forget about it. We start anew. So please discuss with your classmates, but do your own work. Do not just copy. Don't copy anything. Discuss and then do your own work, okay? Can I see hands again? And then please, can you say, yes, we can hear you, ma'am? May I hear a yes there that you can hear me? Everybody?
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very
Yes,
good. Yes,
Yes.
yes. Okay. Some sent me messages. It's good. Okay. So please, did I say you should not discuss? No, discuss. Discuss all you want. Discuss. No, I think it should be done like this, but I'm not going to do your work for you. Do it yourself. Do it by yourself. I'm not going to get your table of the frequency and then just copy what you put there. You know, I'll do my own work, but I'm going to ask you questions. I'll ask you, oh, Joanne, how did you do? How do we do like this? Then you teach like this. I think it should be like this. No, I don't think so. It should be like this. Then go back and do your own work. Discussion is allowed. Copying, no. And I know when it's copied because verbatim, you know, it's the dots, the everything, the wrong is wrong, the correct is correct, but the formula is wrong. It will be like, we know the answer to that question is 10, but my formula is 7 plus 9 is 10. I put it there, 7 plus 9. Answer 10, because that's the answer. But look at your formula, hello. Really, that amazed me. W divided WX is equal to 2.18, because the answer was 2.18. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's do it by ourselves. I want everybody to do well, and don't worry so much. I think your grades are going to be good. You will have good grade in prelim. I think it's good. So just wait today. When we finish this class, I'm going to again go to administration to ask them to fix my my account, to put the BMA. It's not there yet. It's not there yet. So that I can encode your grades. You are supposed to know them now, so that if we have things to fix, because you know I am typing many things, I might type 69 instead of 96. So we should see those things. You could tell me, Mom, maybe my grade, I was not expecting this. Can we check? Then we'll check. I'll ask you, is this your score, check. Okay, that's what I want to do before we will finalize. Okay. Wait a moment, students. Then, where did I go? So it's sad because I can't show you the grades now, but we will see it. Thank you so much for what you've written. I really like. Okay, let me. Now, may I? Can I hear those people I gave the 5 points? I need to write it so that I'll not forget. So, tomate kudasai. This is ABM. I haven't closed the prelim ABM because, so today, okay, so I'm going to make a row, which I'll call my bonus points. Okay, okay, can I hear who I gave? I know, Joanne, I gave you how many times? Once? Joanne is the only one I know.
Once, ma'am.
Once? Okay. Joanne. The others, I don't know you, so please tell me. Joanne once. Okay, who else? Mami Tag. Mami Tag, yes, ma'am. Sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Mark, how many times? Once?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then
Once
who
po.
else? Who? I
Tria,
cannot hear.
ma'am.
Tria, yes. Mr. Tria. I was so happy with the answer. Very nice. And then who else? There was somebody else.
Mancilia, ma'am.
Mancilia. Yeah, there. Christine
Yes,
Joy.
po.
Okay, who else?
Manaligod, ma'am.
Yes, Miss Manaligod. Right. Once only? Once? Okay. Who else? Hello? No? So what do I do with the 5? By the way, students, I need to announce that, I don't know if you read it. Our exam, I lowered it already too, from 65 to 50. So there are some students who got 55, and there are some students who got 60. So what I'm going to do is the same thing I'm doing with the bonus points. I'm going to get the bonus points. Let's say in quiz 1, you got 30 out of 50. So I'm going to add the 5 points. It will become 35 out of 50. Okay? That is what I do with the bonus points. Do you understand? So you need to remind me. Okay? Okay. So thank you very much, students. So this is it. Now, you have your seat work. It's there. I don't know if it's open. I'm going to go there and check because there are some things I need to fix before. Don't download the quiz yet. I don't know if it's open. Let me check. And then when your grades will go in. So our activities, I gave them a standalone. Oh, what is this? Standalone topic. Okay, so this is assessment 1M. Assessment 1M. Okay, it's not yet published. I'm going to publish it soon. I need to check something. Then you can download already and start doing. But next meeting, if you're not done, the whole 1.5 hours, you will still be doing this starting today until next meeting. So at the end of next meeting, by 8:30, it's going to close. It will close 8:30. But you know, I don't think so. Yeah, it will close for you, for your class. I will remove your name so that the others can still see it, but you will not be able to see it anymore. Okay, so just wait. I'm going to open it. If you have any issues, something you need to tell me, students, please, I love Teams. You just send me a message in Teams and then we can talk. But I want to thank you. Oh, I love this. I learned that. And that out. And that when you're going to I have learn to combine. That's a bit confusing. Very nice. Yeah, talking about excuse me, the binary, I could have written, I've learned that the binary system has only 2 digits, 1 and 0. It would be nice. I've learned the scale of nominal. About that one, I said the nominal, I would say that I've learned that the nominal scale of measurement is about description, categorizing only, nothing else. I've learned that. I have learned that data management comes with different methods that can be used, and hey, too good. I have learned that there are 4 base. I have methods mean only few people. Okay, but to tell you the truth, I was very happy with Mr. Trias. I have learned that the concept of percent means out of 100. You see how simple it is, but it's so nice. It's I liked it very much. Okay, students, let's pray. And then sayonara. In fact, this is it. Let's pray. Okay. Lord, thank you for giving us the opportunity to learn and the capacity to understand. Let our knowledge be of service, not only for the attainment of our goals, but also for the benefit of others. Amen. Amen, amen, amen. Okay, sayonara. It's already 8:31. Sayonara, students. If there is any issue, anything, just send me a message in Teams, okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you too.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you too. Bye-bye. I hope it's there. Oh, Miss Mendoza, Abigail. You wait. Kim, you wait. Wait for the others to exit.
Okay po, ma'am.
Kyle, goodbye. Christine, bye-bye. Not exiting.